Even in prehistoric times, there is evidence of cricket being played in some form or the other. And the one crucial piece of equipment in cricket, which predates even the bat, are that's why it's in my hand, no? Stumps! Oh, well, a version of the stumps. And today, the stumps which are used in the domestic Premier League and other leagues can go up to 32 to 41 lakhs. I asked my friends at Mumbai Indians what they thought about the stumps costing this much, and this is what they had to say. So do you ever plan to steal them and sell them in black?
No, we are already paid well.
Skyji?
Let me go with him.
Okay. Diplomatic answer. What about the legend?
No. No plans of stealing anything on the cricket.
It's in the air. It's a 6.
Hello, my name is Cyrus Broacha in Punjab, Cyrus Broacha in Mumbai, and welcome back to another episode of the Century of Cricket podcast brought to you by IDFC First Bank. And today we will take a look at the history and evolution of stumps in cricket. But before that, I will show you a stump as a moustache. Never been done before, don't try it at home. Okay, and as always, before we get into the episode, here is your fun IDFC First Fact of the Week. Did you know that the first wicket in Test cricket history was taken by Alan Hill of England on the first morning of the first Test in 1877? Hill bowled Australia's Nat Thompson for 1 run and claimed the first wicket. Even a casual cricket fan knows that a wicket consists of 3 stumps, not 1, not 2, but 3, that support the bails on top. There's the off stump, the middle stump, and the leg stump. But that wasn't always the case. In the early to mid 1700s, the wicket consisted of only 2 stumps, the off and the leg stump with a very long bail on top, which fell off despite my hard work. Here we have that for you, which basically left a wide gap between the 2 stumps, as you can see. But on May 23rd, 1775, 3 deliveries were played by a guy named Lumpy Stevens to John Small, which would change the game of cricket forever. In an era where everyone would roll the ball along the ground, Stevens decided to experiment with different techniques. He started practicing flighting the ball and tried to actually control the flight and the pace at which the ball would be thrown. First guy to do that. Also, this is the late 1700s we're talking about, and the fields on which cricket was played at the time wasn't dedicated to cricket. On most days they were used for farming, and on match days they would use sheeps to clear a strip of land that would be used as the playing strip. The sheep which cleared the strip on May 23rd of 1775 had no idea that they were going to be part of a historical day. The match in question was a contest between 5 of Kent and 5 of Hambledon. They were called 5, there were just 5 in each side, so hence we got a 5-a-side match. This match also starred John Small from the Hambledon side, who is known for inventing the first ever flat bat in cricket, and also laid the foundation for the modern batting technique as we know it. Stevens delivered his first ball, which swiftly ran through John Small's defense. Roughly it looks like this. Alright, and passed through the stumps, leaving the long ball and the 2 stumps intact. It went through. And because the ball passed through the gap between the 2 stumps and the bail was not moved, according to the rules, John wasn't given an out. And then it happened again. Stevens delivered the ball, it beat Small's bat, passed through the stumps once again, leaving the bail intact. And just when they thought Small's luck couldn't get any better, for the 3rd time, you guess with me, in the same inning, Stevens' balls passed through the huge rectangle behind Small's. One more time, the stumps and the bail remained intact. It's unbelievable. Lumpy was livid and justifiably so. By the way, I can do nunchucks just in between, even though it's a cricket bit. And he was upset because he had beaten the batter fair and square 3 times, but was denied a wicket all 3 times. He protested and demanded that the bowler should be awarded a wicket if the ball passed through the stumps, regardless of the position of the bail. Most amateurs argued that if a middle stump was introduced, the matches would get over very quickly. But many other players echoed Stevens' emotions, and eventually the laws were changed. Time for some dandiya. The 3rd stump was added, however, it was optional. Alright? So it was still not a compulsory piece of news, but you could use it. And for a few years after that, both 2 stumps and 3 stump wickets were used till the former slowly faded away. Till 2014, the traditional wooden stumps and bails remained the norm until LED stumps were introduced that year in the T20 World Cup. The LED stumps were invented by Bronte Eckermann. He got the idea of LED stumps when he saw his daughter play with an LED toy. The latest innovation in the world of stumps came again from the Australians last year. It's called the Electra stumps, which was introduced in the Women's Big Bash League of 2023, and they're basically the LED stumps on steroids. Will I be able to afford it? Good question. Well, now that I have IDFC First Bank saving account, which gives me more always, I might be able to afford it in the next 30 to 90 years. You may be able to afford it much quicker than I do because it depends on how much money you have in your savings account, and I just got the account. Savings are yet to be made. And that is the end of this episode of the Century of Cricket podcast, brought to you by IDFC First Bank, and I will see you next week with another interesting story from the world of cricket. Then the week after that. Oh, and then the week after that. And then one more after that, because a century is a very, very long time. Till then, can you tell me which famous Indian cricketer, all-rounder from Karnataka, was also a javelin champion? I'll give you a hint. Roger, Michael, Humphrey were his first three names. Till next time, bye and see you. Be careful, don't get hit.